signed on our land yesterday, and we are headed there right now. So Joey got stung by a bee, and then he found the bee colony.
So yesterday was brutal because we knew we were going to have to just come in here and start from nothing.
Welcome to Time by the Tent. We signed on our land yesterday, and we are headed there right now. We're about an hour and 10 minutes away, and we're gonna have some lunch here shortly on the road. We packed some sandwiches and some chips and some fruit, stuff like that. So we're on our way.
We had 40 acres and we've packed the cars full as we can, and a lot of this will be left up there so we don't have to haul it back and forth. The benefit of having land. We'll have to cut our way in. It's very different than what it looked like 4 months ago when we were up there to look at it, so it'll be a journey to get into the land, but after that it shouldn't be that difficult to get everything set up.
3 months ago, but yeah.
No, is it 3 months ago?
It was March.
Okay.
April. But whatever. Nonetheless, we are excited to get up there, get going, and then we'll have a nice, peaceful. Okay, so Joey is clearing a path here, a spot to park the car, and then we're gonna set up camp up on this little hill thing here. And yeah, that's our plan.
No mechanical.
Just using this, I call it the sickle, I don't know what you call it. We got some lopper shears and a machete.
Yeah, I found this in a junk, about 15 years ago. Haven't used it, and now it comes full circle.
Okay, so we're clearing the land. The car is there. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. We're about 200 yards from the car, and Joey is clearing. Here we have about another 70 yards, so we're going to have a spot where we'll be setting up camp. And it's just a lot of fern, random trees, and this was logging property, so the terrain kind of varies. There's different ruts from when the loggers came through. We've kind of established camp area, clearing it out a little bit, but it's going to be below where those 2 pine trees are. And here's our path. There's kind of how far we've come. So Joey got stung by a bee, and then he found the bee colony, and we just set it on fire with a little bit of gas we had from the chainsaw. Just very specific fire. It's smoldering now, and it'll be out very soon. It's a good way to deal with bees. You don't want to keep getting stung at your campsite, so you do have to do something. Joey's leveling off an area here for our tent, so we have a flat base. And it just rained, just a quick thunderstorm, but luckily we're underneath this canopy of trees, so this area stayed pretty dry. The soil is really sandy, as you can see. Alright, so Joey's getting the fire started. We got the tent up. And yeah, we got camp kind of established here and getting it going. So we got camp established. It was quite the feat, to say the least. It's raw land, so you have to kind of cut your way in, and luckily there was somewhat of a clearing here. And then yeah, everything's been brought up from the car. Joey's making brats, and I was feeling a little overwhelmed and feeling less overwhelmed. Just looking forward to eating, putting this stuff away, and then going to bed, and then tomorrow kind of putting stuff where it makes sense to put stuff, and establish the land a little bit more. So we got camp established. It was quite the feat, to say the least. It's raw land, so you have to kind of cut your way in, and luckily there was somewhat of a clearing here. And then yeah, everything's been brought up from the car. Joey's making brats, and I was feeling a little overwhelmed and feeling less overwhelmed. Just looking forward to eating, putting this stuff away, and then going to bed, and then tomorrow kind of putting stuff where it makes sense to put stuff, and establish the land a little bit more.
Good morning. Didn't film a whole lot yesterday, just kind of highlights of what we were doing. It was more of a just get in and get it done so we could get up here and establish a campsite in progress. I'm right now drying my pants as we got caught in 2 pop-up thunder showers yesterday as we were cutting a path in to where now we are established. And then also I've done a little more landscaping work here. It is very, very rough in here. This was all logged in 1999, we believe, because it's MFL land and it's in a 50-year program. So like right here where the campfire is, on both sides it's low and in the center it's high, where they drove a machine through and compressed the soil. So the plan is to, all in front of the tent, and right there it goes down from where it is here to where it is there. It's a difference of about 18 inches. So I want to gradually slope that down in order to make it accessible without tripping over stuff in the dark. So that's where we're at. Very foggy, a lot of dew. You can hear the droplets of moisture fall from the trees. So yesterday was brutal because we knew we were going to have to just come in here and start from nothing. So today we're going to kind of get things picked up. Stuff is still scattered around. So we're going to get that picked up. We'll get breakfast going, set some trail cameras up, and then throw the drone up and do some exploring over on the other side of the property. Back over there. Now there's a tree stand there, which was there when we looked at the property 3 months ago. And based on what we were told by the DNR, that now becomes ours. So I'd have to explore and look at it and see how safe it really is at the climbing stand. So it doesn't look like it's been used. It's been a while. So that's where we're at now.
Joey established a path here so that we can have a little path to our bathroom. It's not too terribly far from the tent. So there it is.
Okay, so I am on the back side of the property looking to see what I can see. Pretty thick in here. A lot of pine or spruce, some birch. There is a there was, or is a dried up pond a little ways back here. It is thick back here. So I'm going to make my way through this and see what I can find. I have come to a very tiny opening. That sort of leads that way. So we will continue the journey here and see what we find. This is as far back as I've been. When we looked at the property, I didn't come back this far. Also, it's very difficult to know the amount of vegetation that would grow up compared to winter, and also the amount of more downfall or deadfall that there is. I have found a game trail here. I don't know how frequently it has been used. I don't see any fresh tracks or droppings. Kind of more of a low-lying area here. Well, here's another opening area. Had one, 15 yards beyond the end of this one. This is only 15 yards wide by 20 yards. So that's a unique way for a tree to grow around another tree. And both of them are alive and growing. Alright, now I'm on a decline here because there's another pond or slough at the bottom of this hill, which we knew about. Just gotta figure out the best way to get down there. Here is that slough or basin or pond, whatever you want to call it. I'm standing right here where in winter the water after the snowfall would be up waist high. But it's just a catch-all. Here's another look at it from this side. We're down there. It's quite a ways down. So, still making my way through the property. I just touched a fraction of the 40 acres here. On one side of the state trail, it's about 3 acres. On this side is 37, 38, and I've not even came close to touching much of this. Just really thick pine forest. Well, majority of it is pine. There's some oak in here, poplar, some birch.
Okay, so we got up this morning, had some breakfast, kind of cleaned up the campsite a little bit, put some stuff away, and Joey went and wandered through the woods while I cleaned up the campsite. And now we cooked ribs first in the cast iron Dutch oven, and then Joey's finishing them off, searing them, and putting some barbecue sauce on them over the fire. So we've cooked all of our meals over the fire, and it's been fun. We do have a camp stove that we'll bring up next time with us, but the campfire is fine too. Even I made French press coffee this morning with our. If you look past the barbecue sauce, that's the campfire tea kettle that we have, and there's the Dutch oven, and some caveman action here. Yeah, so we're having fun. Okay, so we got these trail cams just a little bit for A, like surveillance, and B, just to see what's going on. So we got them registered. Joey's just doing some finalizing of tightening them, making sure they're tight to the tree, and yeah. Um, We got everything good to go there. And we're going to leave soon. But look at this beautiful canopy of trees and sunshine and nature. What a beautiful day to be on our land. What a blessing.
All right, camp's all cleaned up. What we're leaving here, what we're taking. This video was going to be a little different than what we had planned, just due to the fact that we were just trying to get established some sort of camp on this weekend, the first weekend of our first camping trip on our new property. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this kind of thing, like, subscribe, and comment.